All right, let's keep going. Next, we're going to create a spawn point for our enemies. Um, so similar like what we did for the players, we drag the prefab spawn point over into the hierarchy pane, and we're going to rename it enemy spawn point. So just prepend enemy here, enemy. Then in our prefab to spawn, we're going to drag our enemy prefab, which is called enemy object under prefabs. Drag that over into spawn point and save the game. Now I want my enemy spawn point to be visible. So the player we made, what do we make it? Yellow. Let's go back to the scene. I'm going to check. Double click on the enemy. The player. I thought we had made that yellow, so let's make him yellow. And then enemy, make him show up as red. Okay. So I'm going to, the enemy spawn point, I'm just going to reset his transform and then move him around, move him off the player. Going to zoom in. Select the enemy spawn point and move him around, move him over here for now. And let's see. Now if I play the game, we should have it. No, we don't. Oh. So the reason an enemy was not spawned, we need to set the repeat interval. Let's just set it to 10 like the textbook suggests. Now when we run our game, we see an enemy, and every 10 seconds we should see another enemy spawned. So we'll wait a few seconds. There's another. All right, so we're good. Now one thing to notice, now that we're spawning our enemy, the player dynamically from the game manager, as we move our player around now, he's no longer associated with the camera. So the camera is not following me around. So we have to fix that next. Stop the game. So we need to create a camera manager. Remember, we have this script. Under managers, we have the camera manager. So hierarchy, let's create empty game object. And we'll call this RPG camera manager. And then we'll drag our camera manager script over and make it a component. All right, that's good. Okay, so the camera manager script will look for the Cinemachine virtual camera using a tag. So we're going to have to select the Cinemachine virtual camera. And then you can see it's untagged at the moment. We're going to add a new tag named virtual camera. Spelling counts here. Save. Now click the virtual camera again and assign that tag to it. Okay. Now if we go back to our game manager, you'll see that it has a camera manager slot. Now I'm going to make the camera manager prefab. So I'm just going to drag him over into prefabs. Now I'm going to go back to the game manager and drag from the hierarchy the camera manager over into the game manager slot for the camera manager. Okay, now if I play the game, you should see the camera now following the player again, which it does. Okay, so that's a good sign. Collect some coins, we're spawning enemies, our health score is updating. So one thing while I'm thinking about it, I want to do is we're only going to have one slot up here for the coins. So I'm going to go into the script and just set that from 5 to 1. So that was the inventory script. So I'm going to go over into inventory and change number of slots from 5 to 1. That's all we'll be using. For our little prototype, Control S save, back to Unity, and let's play the game. Now we should see one slot. It's compiling, and we do. So now when we start collecting coins, we don't have those excess slots of inventory up top. So this looks good. So I'm going to stop the game, make sure to save it. Control S, and we'll stop there for this video.